Hi everyone, I'm Zareen, and for Camp Quaranteens I will be leading some of the art videos. So, to begin we will be doing watercolor. I will be teaching you guys some basic tips and tricks to mastering watercolor. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get to it.
My name's Capucine. I'm Adele.
I'm Zareen.
I'm Naharka.
I'm Taylor.
Hi, I'm Evan.
I'm Indira.
To begin, you will need some watercolor paper. It doesn't matter what size you get, just as long as it's watercolor paper. If you feel it has some texture, so you want to make sure you're painting on the side with texture. If you don't have watercolor paper, using normal paper is fine. It's just some techniques may not show up as well as it does on normal watercolor paper. In addition to paper, you also need, obviously, your watercolors. So it doesn't really matter what type of watercolor you have. You can get ones in little tubes that you squeeze out on a plate, or you can get ones in a palette already like this. You will also need some paintbrushes. You can get as many as you want, doesn't really matter. Just make sure they're watercolor paintbrushes because you want the brushes to be able to retain the water. You also want a glass of water, not for drinking, but for cleaning your brush off once you want to change it to another color. Also, you will need paper towels. They're really handy for wiping off excess color on your paintbrushes and for drying them off. So let's start with some techniques. Today I will be showing you guys about 8 techniques. Before we begin, I have to show you how to actually get your paint set up correctly and use it. You want to get a watercolor brush and get it wet, and then you take the water, make sure you get some water in there, and put it in a color that you want to use. I put it in the purple. Get some more water, put it in the color, get it really wet, and then you can pick it up and you can put it on the side like this, or you can directly start using it on your paper. I usually like to use this area for mixing colors and getting shades lighter. So here's another trick for you guys. If you want to do dark and light variation in your paints, you add more water to make a color lighter. See, the purple already here is really light. I can take some purple from here, add it here, and it's getting darker. And that's how you get various gradients of purple. You can also mix other colors. I'll mix some blue with the purple, because why not? And we get a little more of a bluish purple. And that's basically the basics to it. You can pick up color from your palette and put it on the side right here like this, and then mix colors and put it on your paper, or you can just take color from here directly and put it on your paper. But be careful because the color that you pick up from your palette directly will be really dark in pigment. So it's usually often better to have a palette or some sort of plate thing where you can pick up color and put it, so you can dilute it with some water to make it lighter and do other things with it. So now I'll be showing you guys how to actually do some techniques. Flat wash is one of the most basic techniques there is. You paint the background with one solid color. I'll do it in red. Just one solid color, no gradients in the color. You just keep it the same all the way. And this is flat wash. Next, I'll be showing you guys wet and wet. That's when you get the whole background wet with water before you put any color. So you're gonna see nothing right now, but the paper is very damp. And then you're going to grab the color you want, and then you can just dab it on like that. See? Look at how the color just spreads. Wow. And you can do multiple colors of this. So here, I'll add some purple maybe. Whoa, see that? The next technique I'll be showing you guys is called sgraffito. This is when you take a pin or like anything you can put an indent with in the background, and you go really hard and scratch in the design you want. It's called sgraffito because you basically scratch in what you want to do. You won't see anything yet, but when you put the paint on, you will see some designs appear. I'm drawing a little tree right here right now. Now grab some paint, just like that. You have your design revealed. See my tree? Just make sure you don't paint over it too much because then your design starts disappearing. Okay, so next what I'll be showing you is called a gradiated wash or a graduated wash. It's basically when your color goes from dark to light or light to dark, whichever you like. So here, I'll do this with some purple blue. Let's see. You want to start with a really deep pigmented color first. And then with every line you go down, you will want to dip your paintbrush into the water to dilute your color so that you can get that light effect going. And then if you ever need it to be darker again at the top, all you do is just add more dark color again. You see that? And this is what we call a graded wash. Okay, so next what I will be showing you guys is called a variegated wash. That's basically when you have a dark color here and another dark color here, and then they both get lighter, meeting at the center. So I'll show you how to do that. It's basically like the graded wash we just did. You're gonna grab your color that you want and get it as dark as you can, and then just swipe at the top. Then you're gonna clean your brush and then do a little bit of gradients again, moving down, getting clearer. And then you're gonna grab your color number 2, get it as dark as you can, do a swipe at the bottom, like that. And then you're gonna clean your brush again, and you're gonna make the two colors meet. This is a variegated wash. Okay, so what I'm gonna show you guys now is called dry brush. You wanna get a flat brush like this, or any type that's flat, and spread out the bristles. Make sure it's dry, get the color you want to use, spread out your bristles again, because they clump up together when you take the paint. And I'm just going to dab it a little, and then you're just going to go like this. This can be great for creating wood textures, or just any type of texture you want that looks like this. You can grab some more color, make it darker. Kind of looks like a big tree stump right here. This is dry brush. Next, I'll be showing you guys what's called pulled cloud. That's basically when you paint your background with a flat wash. And then now you can grab your paper towel and then clump it up a little, and you can create clouds with this. You just dab on your paper. Make sure your paint is wet when you do this, otherwise it doesn't really work. But you can see the clouds appearing like that. You see that? A cloudy sky. And so guys, this is basically it. There are other techniques you can do, but they require other things. Like, for example, you could take plastic and put it on your wet paper, and then it'll create a crinkly watercolor effect. You could take salt, spread it on your paper, and then put paint on top of the salt. That will create little white circles surrounding the salt. You can be really creative with this. There's endless possibilities. So I encourage you all to explore what you can do with watercolor. So I'm just gonna create a little picture here. Here's a little picture. Now I'll show you guys how to draw some easy things. First, I'll show you how to draw some leaves and make a little vine. You want to grab a thin brush with a point like this, and grab some green, and then just paint however your heart desires. Leaves are like almond shapes or footballs. Leaves are usually pointy at the end, so try to keep your points. Add a little vine. Grab some more paint, just keep adding leaves. And here's your little vine. Okay, now I'll show you guys how to draw some flowers. I'm gonna use orange. So you can do your basic flower that's just 5 petals like this. Just like how you would draw it when you're doodling in class. You can add some red in the middle to that, because why not? Another type of flower that you can draw is your basic round petaled flowers. I usually do 5 petals because it seems like a nice number for flowers. You can also try abstract looking flowers. Just put random shapes together however you feel, and you will have a flower. Now you can connect all of this using green little vine stems.
After you're done painting, make sure you guys clean up properly. Rinse your brushes as you don't want them to harden. Also, let your paintings dry before you hang them anywhere. Today I showed you guys about 8 different techniques and some flowers and vines you can draw. I hope you take this time to think of your own ideas and paint away. Have fun, and subscribe to Camp Quaranteens and look out for future videos. Bye!